What is going on, guys? It is Mike, AOD81, and we are on video number 22 of our Lords of the Fallen walkthrough. 100% platinum. We're getting every item, every quest we possibly can on one run through. We're getting it all. So if you've been following along, in our last video we finished up the Tower of Penance and killed Tancred. Then we went back to Skyrest. We progressed Dunmire, went to Mother's Lull, completed Dunmire's quest, and we also went and gave Damarose the seed pod, and then went back to the Mother's Lull, and we have Gerlinda's seed pod, but we're not going to give that to her yet. And now we're back in the mines. You'll remember that we just picked up Dunmire's gear and finished his quest over there. And we have our Sunless Skyne key from earlier, so since we're here at the mines, we'll go ahead and open this door, and we'll go through the Sunless Skyne area real quick. It's a standalone area, but there's some items in here that we're going to want, and there's also a shortcut that we can open if you happen to be going for the trophy with maximum vestige decay on. Down here to the left, there's going to be a Rogar and a dog. Sometimes we can fall and hit them. Not that time. Ooh, dodge just a little too late. This hammer is just knocking it out of the park. But right here we'll have a dedicated item. It's going to be 2 regular Duralium nuggets. That ladder just goes up from where we fell off. As we continue forward, first we're going to go down to the right, down this way. There's going to be a Rogar on this walkway. And before we go all the way down, we're going to make a left right here and go up this way. And we're going to have a dedicated item over here. So we're going to pick that up. 2 more Duralium nuggets. Then we'll continue down the walkway. There's going to be a Minotaur down there. We'll try out my new spell. That was pretty effective. I think this Sunless Skyne area, I think the difficulty level of the enemies is equivalent to like the mines area. So that might be why we're getting through it pretty easily too. Now there's a Umbral Belly that we want to get right there, and as you see it has a halo, so that's going to be a Saintly Quintessence. And there is also this, if you remember it from earlier. I told you we were going to be able to kick that down. And that took us all the way back to an earlier area of the game you should recognize. We went across that bridge and got an item earlier. But now this walkway is down, just more interconnectivity in the game. But we are going to want to pop Umbral. I'm going to go ahead and do a magic heal. And I'm going to pop Umbral, but there is going to be a face enemy somewhere. So we'll soul play him. Take him out. We'll get his drop. We'll soul flay the belly. Get our Saintly Quintessence. And there's an Umbral exit right here for us. So we can exit Umbral. And now we can go back up the path and continue on through the rest of the way the Sunless Skyne. So up to the right up here, there's going to be an Infernal Enchantress. And a couple of dogs. I can lure the dogs this way. Oh, she's aggroed on me. Those Infernal Enchantresses, if they get aggroed, they can cast those bombs from like halfway across the map. So once they're aggroed, they're pretty much aggroed. So we'll just take care of her real quick with our giant hammer. A couple of these enemies are going to stand up. One right here, another one right here. We'll take care of them. Now we're going to continue forward. I don't think there's anything over here. I think it's just a back way into this area. Yeah. Okay. To the right here, there's going to be an item at the end. That's a dedicated item. It's just going to be a burn cure. There is a spot right here to throw a seed if we want, but I don't think we'll need it. If we go out this way, there's going to be some items ahead that are dangerously close to the lava. So if you're not in Umbral and you're susceptible to the lava, be really careful. And we're going to pick that up. It's going to be fire salts. If we run around this way, there's going to be a skin stealer. He wasn't much of a problem for us. Another one of these burn enemies stand up, and there's a dedicated item right here. That's going to be the skin stealer's spear. Unless that was a drop. I think that was a dedicated, but he might have just dropped that when we killed him. And if we go on forward, there's going to be a Rogar up there that will probably aggro. There he goes. Oh, and a couple of these enemies stand up too. So there he goes. So we'll just take care of them, and then we'll come over here and carefully pick up the other fire salt. And now we can go up this stairwell. If we run up these steps, there's going to be an archer waiting for us, so we can get a heavy hit on her before she aggroes. And there's a dedicated item right here. That's going to be more fire salts. And we're going to go back down this way. There's going to be a ladder that we can go down. And I don't think there's an item down here. No. There's just going to be a shortcut door. We had to use our Sunless Skyne key for it. And this takes us back out to that area where the Infernal Enchantress was in an earlier part of the game, near the Vestige of Sebastian, the depot vestige. So now we have that shortcut open for us, so we can go back up our ladder. Take care of them. And there's an Umbral exit right here if you happen to be in Umbral and need to get out. And now we're just up top from the area that we just came from. If we run down here, we're back in that central area where we picked up our item over here. We're just going to come back out this way. We could have gone the other way, but we'll just drop down right here. and go up the ladder. Go up the second ladder, and there should be a Rogar right there, so we're gonna run around and we'll get hit, but we took care of him. I'm just gonna pop a heal real quick. Second Rogar. And now as we walk around this way, there's gonna be a little room that we can enter, and there's a dedicated item right here. We're gonna pick that up. That's some Duralium nuggets, shards, etc. We didn't activate it because we didn't have the gesture at the time, but if you did happen to activate the secret side quest where you do the pledge of a deer vested or gesture by that tree in Fitzroy's Gorge by where the Light Reaper spawns, what happens is you end up getting a snowball in the fief, and there are 5 little areas where there will be a little area of a tree burning, and if you throw the snowball and extinguish the flame in the tree in all 5 areas, and then return to Fitzroy's Gorge and do another gesture by the tree, it will spark a fight with General Engstrom. But again, that's a secret side quest. It's not trophy related. If you do it, you'll get all of his gear, but you don't need his gear to get the trophy for all the items and armor. So it's not required for any trophies, but just if you happened to do that quest, you'll have one of those fire areas in that tree that you have to extinguish. So that was pretty much the Sunless Skyne. We already got all the items, we kicked down our shortcut. So this area is complete. We can just go down the ladders. And we can head on back towards our vestige, which is going to be the mines vestige. Run, 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 back to the beginning of the Sunless Skyne. And we have our ladder right here that will take us back up to the top. And we're back to the top where we opened our door. And we're back at the mines vestige, only we have completed the Sunless Skyne area. When we went in there, Sunless Skyne popped up on the screen, so that will count towards the Wayfarer trophy for visiting every area of the game. And we went in and completed it. We got all the items, got the Saintly Quintessence, which is going to be required to upgrade our heal to its maximum. And we got our shortcut back to, what was that? The Kalrath Slums area that's on fire out there. So the Sunless Skyne is complete. So we can, let me warp back to Skyrest real quick. I don't think there's anything new here going on, but we'll check.
That's when I was a
I'm only doing that because sometimes she has new dialogue aside from the
I'm not
stone.
without conscience.
Yeah, right there.
And the don't be unfortunate.
So.
And his, after all, I'm not.
Oops.
And the don't be hasty. Unfortunate. And his role, after all.
Okay, so there should be nothing new going on. Just like I said, now that we have Damaro's seed pod, we just don't want to go down and talk. If we do, it will present us with the option to use the seed pod, and if we use it, we'll kill her, and we won't be able to upgrade any gear. Um, we haven't gotten to the point where we need to use it yet to get our Umbral ending, so we're not going to use it. So you can see right now we can still purchase everything from her, and we can still, now she has large mana stones for sale. And hey, I got some bigger, they're only 600. um I'll buy 6 of them, why not, right? I use them sometimes, so hey, grab the 6 more mana stones, and we can still upgrade our equipment, and we can socket runes, so that's not an issue for us. We can do that until almost the very end of the game. We don't really have to take the umbral steps until we're pretty much done, so we will stick with that. And Skyrest is good to go. So now we're going to go to our next point of progression, which is going to be, we could go through the Leprosarium, and we have shortcuts that would get us to where the tower was fairly quickly. But we have a seedling right there at the Tower of Penance still, so we'll just warp there. And we are at the very bottom. So actually, we haven't completed everything at the tower yet, and I'm running the wrong way. We want to go up now. Up, 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 up. And in this main room, the Archer and the Avowed in the hallway are gonna respawn. Just dodge that arrow, knock him off. And here is another opportunity for a secret side quest that is not trophy related. If we have the gesture, what gesture did we want? Is it the Orion Prayer? I don't think so. No, that's not it. It's the Orion Vow of Protection, I believe. Yeah, there. Illuminate 5 Carrion Knights. So this shrine just told us to illuminate 5 Carrion Knights, and what you would have to do is you would have to equip the flickering flail that we got at the bottom of the tower, and you would have to have it equipped, and then you would have to buff it with holy and kill 5 Carrion Knights, and then this would be satisfied. And there's 5 other statues in the Leprosarium area that will ask you to do the same for different enemies. Like I think one has you kill 15 Avowed that way, or maybe it's 10. One has you kill a few, I think 5 Holy Bulwarks that way, but you have to have the Flickering Flail equipped, and you have to have it buffed with Holy. And again, that's a secret side quest, not trophy related, so we're not gonna go try to find the other 4 shrines and kill all the enemies that way. It is a little bit time consuming, but if you do that, you will get the Aubrey set. It's a holy armor set, but it's not required for trophies or anything, so we're not going to actually do the quest. So now we're going to come open this door, and we're going to use the elevator to go up. We're at the very bottom level of the Tower of Penance. Now you'll notice there's a down lever and an up lever. First, it's going to take us up to the what I call the main level. This is the level where if we run through, the bridge is out that door where we had our seedling before. We could open this door now, but there's enemies in there, so we don't want to yet. We want to pull the up lever one more time, and that's going to take us up to the roof, which is going to have the 4th beacon. A lot of people miss this beacon because they just exit the tower, whether they're trying to cleanse them or if they're going for the Inferno ending and they have to revisit every beacon at the end of the game. A lot of people miss this one. So yeah, when the elevator stops, you have to hit the up lever again, and it takes you to what I call the roof of the Tower of Penance, and there we have the beacon. If you're going for the Radiant ending, you'll want to go ahead and cleanse it now. Inferno or Umbral ending, which we're going for the Umbral, we're not going to do anything to it. But we are going to go over here and grab this item, which should be a map, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be the map of the Abbey. And then before we go back down to the elevator, there's a little stairwell down here to the left. And if we hold out our lamp, we can walk through this door, and we have a chest right here. And that's going to give us the Radiant Purifier set. So now we have that, and we will walk back out. And now we can take our elevator down one level, back down to the main level. Going down, 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 down. Yeah, when we killed Tancred, I warped back to Skyrest to take care of Kukugen, and then at the end of the video, I saw we only had a few minutes left, and I completed Dunmire's quest and everything. I wish I would have come back here in the last video and taken us up to the top and done all that in the prior video, but that's a little unfortunate. But if you're following along, it doesn't matter because we got it anyway. So now we're going to open up this door, but be prepared because there's going to be our usual friends in this room. That's all right. Actually, that's more than all right, because it reminded me of this Umbral Belly that I missed. I forget about that one sometimes, and that's an Umbral Eye, so that's definitely a trophy item. We wanted to get that. I better heal before I die. I got archers shooting at me. Okay, so we got our Umbral Belly. I promise you that's the only thing in the tower that I missed. I just forgot to grab it when we were on our main level because I wanted to go back to Skyrest to upgrade when we got here the first time, and then I wanted to stay in Axiom when we progressed downward. And so that's kind of the reason I sometimes forget about this, but obviously I originally got it at some point on my other character because I have all the eyes, but we did definitely want to get this Umbral Belly because it had an Umbral Eye, so definitely a trophy related item. So I'm glad I just got knocked into Umbral right there. I promise you guys that that is the only thing we've missed thus far. Other than the one item earlier that I caught and we went back for, this is the only other item. that I ran by, but that was just in the last video, so now we've gotten it. So we are good to go. I'm not going to plant a seed here, even though we're in Umbral. I think we can take care of these holy bulwarks ahead. So we're going to run back up here. Get him. The other one's going to aggro. I don't know if that's going to go to the fairy or him. That's going to go to him. So we'll go ahead and take care of him. Oh no, that went to the one up there in the next room, so I'm not going to worry about it. Our next progression point is going to be this way. We've already progressed Stomend in a prior video, so he's still good to go.
Judgment.
If you still need to buy any items from him, you can.
Our Immaculate Lady will bring redemption.
You could throw a seed here for safety. You know what? I'm going to recommend that. Go ahead and throw a seed here. I think I would be okay, but if this happens to be your first playthrough, I would go ahead and throw a seed here. We'll take a rest, and then we will proceed forward. Now, there's nothing in this cave, but as we get up there, there's a dog and an archer. I usually stand here and wait for them to walk away. Then I'll run to the archer and try to take care of her. And if we walk forward, there's two more dogs. Come on, face me. So that's the way we just came from. If we went all the way forward, there were a bunch of boxes here that got broke that kind of obscure your view from this item, but this is a dedicated item. Seething Vigor Skull, so we're going to grab that. And you're going to see that there's a stigma right there. I'm going to go ahead and pop Umbral and grab this stigma now.
And any descrier of the dawn found trespassing will be severely punished for their transgression.
Now we've got that going. The reason I was hesitating on throwing a seed is, let me see how many I have. I have 37, so I'm going to throw one here too. But the reason I recommended throwing a seed back at the other spot is on a first playthrough, those enemies down there can be a problem, and we're getting ready to get into a mini boss fight. If I didn't have enough seeds to throw one here, after I got this stigma, I would definitely want to run back to our seed that we threw down that way by Stomend and get out of Umbral, because we're getting ready to go into a boss fight, which means that you would likely have to kill this archer and dog again, or if you use my method, like I said before, if you stand at the bottom of the step of the little rampway here where they don't aggro, if you wait for them to walk away, you can run and stay to the left and run right up the steps without aggroing them. But I just threw a seed here. That way, if I do lose at the mini boss fight, I'm a little bit closer. And I got that stigma, so I can go ahead and just rest right here to get us out of Umbral. So now we're going to proceed forward. There's going to be one little trash enemy there, two right here. And then as we walk into this room, you're going to see the enemy in the arena over there. She's kind of a pain in the butt. She'll fire laser beams at you that do a lot of damage, and she'll disappear and then respawn in different locations. Also, when she's getting ready to cast, sometimes you won't know the difference between an attack, and she also has a heal. If she starts healing herself, you definitely want to run towards her and hit her right away, because she'll sit there and heal herself until she's full health again if you let her. So we're also going to have our Bucket Lord buddy here. I'm going to check I think I have 3 right now. Let me just go on that spell so it's not showing as new. But go into quest items, all our maps, and yeah, I think I was right. I had 3 right now, and I think this is the last mini boss fight where we'll have our Bucket Lord buddy. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff my weapon and prepare for a boss fight. I'm gonna run in. She's gonna fire a laser. So I dodged right there. Now she's gonna spawn at the other side of the arena. I'll go ahead and attack. She also throws that red stuff on the ground that does a lot of damage if you stand in it. You see it's damaging me right there. Laser. So I wanted to dodge that. Here comes the vomit again. There, I think she was gonna try to heal right there. But anyway, now she's taken care of. If you didn't get that Crafter's Essence rune and really buff up your weapons, it probably wouldn't have gone as easy. She probably would have had at least 3 or 4 more spawns before we were able to kill her. But she is taken care of, and we'll pick up our Pride of the Bucket Lords number 4. Now we're going to walk up these steps. There's going to be a couple little trash enemies right here. We'll take them out. And there's going to be an Umbral Belly right here. So I'm going to pop Umbral. We're going to get our item, which is the Enhanced Accusing Spirit. And that's a trophy item. It's a throwable ammunition. And just for a little peace of mind, because I did almost run by that last Umbral Belly in the Tower of Penance, I will cross-reference everything I have after I finish this playthrough with my other character and make sure that I got everything. So if there is an issue where I happen to miss something, I will catch it and we'll make a video addressing it. But so far, I'm 99.99999% positive that we've gotten everything up to this point. I almost missed that belly in the tower, but we've gotten this one. So we'll just proceed forward up the stairs. There's going to be a couple of dogs, I believe. So we'll take him out and take out this Umbral enemy. And this is a dedicated item right here. Some consumables. And we will run up here to our next vestige. And you can see Tech Gear is here too. Before I do that, you'll see that altar right there. If I go behind the altar and break all these boxes, there's also a dedicated drop right here. Dedicated item, rather. So I'll grab those 2 large Duralium shards. I'll come activate our vestige. I have an upgrade, so I'll go ahead and use it. I'm gonna put it in Radiance. And then I'm gonna rest. Now I'm gonna talk to Tekir.
This habit before to take and transform. I may not. Is that you? So, not me think. If there's, perhaps you should.
Now, essentially, in his dialogue right there, if you were listening, he kind of hints that, hey, buddy, if there's anything I have in my shop, you might want to buy it now. So, this is going to be his last progression point.
Hello
So,
again, friend.
anything he has in his shop, including this shield, which is new, you will not find this shield out in the world. This Sin Piercer bow is occasionally dropped by the Sin Piercers, but you have to buy this shield from him. If you haven't gotten this hammer yet, buy that from him. I'll go ahead and buy it. That way it'll help me with my cross-referencing. And I'll buy the shield too. And I said I wasn't sure about these, so I'll buy one, just so I have one in my inventory. And yeah, this will be your last opportunity to buy all these armor pieces too. So if you're trying to get all the armor in this playthrough, you're gonna want to do it before we progress further, because Tekir is essentially completed now. We've progressed him at every point. This is his last progression point. And we just progressed him again by talking to him here. So his quest is essentially done. It's going to officially pop the trophy at a boss fight, and I'll tell you when that is. But he is progressed and good to go, so we don't have to worry about quest-related any dialogue or anything like that with him. We've already gotten it all. Just as far as his items, anything that he has that you need, you're gonna want to buy it now. Actually, these large shards, I would go ahead and buy them. I only have enough vigor to buy a few right now, but I have that little advantage we talked about earlier, so I won't need as many. But you can buy 10 large shards from him if you need them to upgrade a weapon that you're using. And so we are going to proceed forward. To the left, when we walk in the door, there is going to be a spiky head, ardent penitent. Behind the boxes. I use a little mana heal, and there's a dedicated item right here. A couple of vigor skulls. Now up there, that Sin Piercer archer has an umbral parasite protecting her, so I'd let the dog come down, take care of the dog. And then we're gonna run up past her. And the parasite is right here behind the wall. Come on. Pop. There we go. Now we can do damage. A lot of damage. And we'll take care of her. Now we're gonna have to pop Umbral to open this door. We'll soul play it. And in this next room, there's going to be a bunch of those bombs. I'm just going to blow them up as I walk through the tunnel. I'm not too concerned about the Wither Mage because he just causes wither damage. I'll get that back by hitting these guys. And the Mage. I'm going to try to hit him without blowing up that bomb. Come on out, guy. Go back to blowing up the bombs. I'll take care of these guys since they're too far away from the bombs. And then there's a final Wither Mage down here. And then I'll just blow those up for some vigor. Why not? And then we're going to run on out. There's going to be a couple of trash enemies right here. A trash enemy right here. And there is a Sin Piercer archer up there with a dog. So I'm going to exit Umbral. Before I go up that way, I'm going to run down here. And that's going to give me access to this dedicated item. And this gate. So now I can open this shortcut gate by pulling that lever. And that takes us back to our last vestige. So I'm going to run back up. Get a little stamina back. And then I'll run on up and try to take care of the Sin Piercer. Now when we go up here, there's going to be one of these enemies. Enchanted Huntress, I think they're called. But they're actually pretty tough. And there's another Sin Piercer up here. Oh, she got me. She knocked me into Umbral. That's the only bad thing about this hammer is in tight spots. It sometimes hits walls a little easier. Now this was just a enemy drop, but there were some breakables right here. And there's a dedicated item right here that we want to pick up. That's going to be Seething Vigor Skull. Then as we come up and round the corner, there's a chest. That's going to give us our weighted arrows. So that's a trophy ammunition. Definitely want that. And there's an Ardent Penitent up here. He's going to rush us, so we're going to dodge. 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 And one more time should do it. That's going to do it for him. We're going to come over here and turn to the left. And we're already in Umbral, so there's going to be a couple mages down here that we want to take care of. There's also a fairy because we're in Umbral. Try to get the fairy. And there's also a Bellhead enemy. I don't know if he's aggroed yet. Yeah, there he is. He's aggroed. I thought I'd have enough time to dodge that. So we'll take care of Bellhead. And although it's not ideal to enter this area in Umbral, we have to go in Umbral anyway to get this stigma. This, I believe, is a dedicated item. Yeah, that's the Hallowed Sentinel Prayer Gesture. That obviously goes towards our gesture trophy. And we want to pop this stigma right here. So ideally we would have been an Axiom, come down, fought the mages, gotten rid of the Bellhead enemy. This is just an enemy drop. And yeah, we would have gotten rid of the Bellhead, then we would have popped Umbral and gotten our stigma. Right over here to the left, there's a chest with an enhanced grenade, so that's a trophy ammunition. And before we use that Umbral exit, we want to walk out here. And right here, we're going to walk out the railway and go up this ladder. And we're going to look down and soul flay that. That's going to drop that platform down. So we're going to go back down the ladder. Run back in. Continue down the hallway. And now this platform is down. So if we look up into our left, there's a platform that we can soul flay. And then up and to the right, there's a platform that we can soul flay. So now we're going to walk back in, go back out this way to our ladder, climb up, and these platforms are now pulled. There is gaps there, so we do have to jump them. 2 jumps. Then we're going to have a ladder. We're going to go down the ladder. Then we're going to enter here, kill those, and soul flay this Umbral Belly. And that is going to give us the Putrid Child set. And now we can walk up these boards to drop back into the room that we were just in. We've already gotten credit for our stigma that we popped in here. And now we can go ahead and use our Umbral exit. Okay, it looks like I left a little harmless enemy. Now you would think there would be a item hidden around this room somewhere, but there isn't. We've already gotten everything. It was mainly the gesture that we picked up, the stigma right there, the chest to the left, and then when we went into this umbral area, our belly that we got all the way down at the end. So we've got all items from this area. We're gonna continue up, 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 up. And when we get to the top of the steps, that's gonna be our way towards progression, but we're not ready to progress yet. I'm gonna break these boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a seed right here. And you're gonna see Stoneman is right here, and we're going to be able to talk to him to progress him, and we also have the damage standard.
Carry it with me and present it on what the Hallows. I have two, but I must do what I...
So we're going to give him the damage standard.
I pray, and Our Lady, and I don't overlook perhaps Pietar.
Now he is all progressed,
In Radiance,
and in his
judgment.
shop, he is going to have a couple new weapons, which you're going to eventually have to buy. And he's also got a couple new spells, which I am going to buy. He's also got a couple new rings that you definitely want to buy. These rings you can only buy from him, so you need to get them. Weapons, shields, armor, you can get on later playthroughs, but I suggest getting the rings, spells, catalysts, what else? Pendants. Rings, spells, catalysts, and pendants. I would suggest getting all those on your first playthrough, even if you have to do a little bit of farming in order to buy them. But I'm going to buy this spell. That
Our
is an
Immaculate
awesome
Lady will bring
spell
redemption.
that I normally use that is going to replace this one. Although this one did do a lot of damage, but I like this spell. It costs a lot more mana to cast, but maybe we'll test it out and see what kind of damage difference it does, but I really like this spell. It works well in Peer vs. Peer too, because the lightning takes away posture, so it'll stagger people to where you can kick them. or it'll take their posture down, their poise down, whatever it is, to where you can kick them, and then you'll get a critical hit on them. But anyway, we can go ahead and we just threw our seed right there. We progressed Stomend. He's going to stay here, even though he is progressed. And we're going to continue forward and walk out this way. You can see there's a Sin Piercer Archer to the left. There's also an Ardent Penitent just to the right. I'm going to run after the Archer first, I think, just so she's not shooting at me. And I heard him just smack his head down. Oh, he's gonna... Oh! Well, that's alright. I got my 8-second invulnerability, so I'll kill her. He got me there, but my invulnerability is gonna run out, so I'll dodge that. And kill him. Maybe I should have went for him first. He's tucked away right here as soon as you walk into this hallway. But at the very end of the hallway, we have a dedicated item. That's going to be the Heretical Sentinel's Hammer. And now we are just going to go back to our seed and rest. I think that's going to be a good spot to end this video. We're about halfway through the Abbey. On our next video, we will go ahead and progress forward that way, and we'll do the second half of the Abbey. We should be able to have our boss fight where we get our Rune of Adir in our next video. So I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. We are fully progressed, and we have all items up to this point, all the world items. Obviously, there's some spells and stuff like that at the Molehue Remembrances that I didn't buy, but I advised you to, if it's your first playthrough and you haven't gotten them yet. But as far as world items, umbral bellies, everything, we should have everything up to this point. And all of our NPC quests are progressed as far as we can progress them up to here. So we're good there, and we're in good shape to continue forward. So I appreciate it, guys. If this is helping you, just give the video a like and thumbs up. Share it with anybody you know that's playing the game, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. See ya.